Racing Podcast. It's the ultimate ride where the rubber meets the road and the spots fly wide. From wrecks and wins to what's going online, we cover it all every moment in time. Fights in the pits or a hero's last stand. If it happened at the track, you'll hear it firsthand. Tune in and buckle up tight, cause the Bench Racing Podcast is your fun night.
Thank you for tuning into the Bench Racing Podcast presented by Beth Szerzinski, Michael Olson, and myself, Derek Crane, where the talk is fast, the drama is real, and it's all about the local race scene. Proudly sponsored by North Central Emergency Services, DirtX Industries, and Sprecher's Brewery. Start your engine, boys and girls, because it's showtime. And yeah, we are missing someone already. First day. Didn't show up for work. But we got Michael here, so thank you, Michael. Oh man, so with this new format, just kind of like changing things up, and got if you guys remember the first episode with the predictions, we had Beth and Michael on. That was no accident there. But I was so focused on all the new stuff for the Facebook page and Spotify and all that stuff to make sure I got the Beth's name right. I forgot about Michael's name, so I'm really sorry about putting an O instead of an E.
It's all right. We caught it fast enough that we could make it go away before people noticed.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I felt so bad too because like with the Facebook messenger group, I was just like, oh yeah, but then once you add the second person in there, it just goes to first names. Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, fun stuff. So, yeah, well, hopefully Beth's all right because, I haven't heard from her in a while, so hopefully she's okay. And hopefully she joins us. But yeah, so we'll start. We'll start this topic. It's called the starter fluid conversation. Starter fluid. What is your race car driver ick, Michael?
Oh, I kind of got two. I got one that's more of from when I was racing, and then I have one that's more. It's become. I mean, it was there when I was racing, but it's become more prominent now that I'm not.
Okay.
So, the one when I was racing was just crappy weather, not like rain and cold, but like hot, humid. There was days that. Saturdays that I'd wake up and I'd look at the temperature and it said it was going to be 96 degrees. I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to race today. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to sit in the air conditioning and you guys can all go have fun and let me know how you did tomorrow. And then you go out there, you start working on the car and you end up going to the track and then you have the most miserable night and the most miserable weather and you contemplate buying the car and selling a boat and it was just a revolving door. Welcome to Wisconsin summer, I guess. But yeah. Now the one that's become more prominent, it's, I would say I call them the tryhards. It's the ones that no matter what, there's always a reason why they didn't run or why they ran 13th. Like there's. Like there's a difference between running 13th and be like, yeah, we're getting there, we're getting the hang of this thing. Then there's a difference of running 13th and being like, well, this guy tried to feed me a right rear and I had an oil leak and my right pinky toe cramped up mid feature, and it's like, and you read on Facebook every week on a local. A semi-professional, professional level, there's always somebody that's going to do it. And it's like, I don't know, it drives me up a wall. Like, you're not fooling nobody. You ran 13th last week, you're going to run 13th next week, and you're on 13th the week after that.
Interesting. Yeah, okay, so the try hard, I would say that's kind of one of my icks too. I would say, yeah, that's not my one that I would say. My one ick is or the most prominent right now is when people post where they're racing and they tag all their sponsors on Facebook and all that at 11 a.m. right?
Ooh,
That's it.
Guilty. Guilty.
That is it. Like, I feel like you got to be like Ron, where you're like, you better be deaf, dead, or a mute, like, because you tell everyone where you're racing, but then there's like no update. Or to take it one step further, like when they post how they did in qualifying, but then there's nothing else. Then it's like, well, you better be putting the car back together to roll it in the trailer, because like you should be letting everyone know. And really what it is, oh, we finished 16th, or we didn't make it to the A, and that's what it is. And then you go to my race pass, and you're like, oh, that's why you didn't post anything about it.
No, it's actually funny you say that. So I kind of took over like the marketing side for the team this year, and like I pay a monthly service. I get these nice race day posters made. I post them on Facebook and tag all the sponsors, the whole nine, just like you said. And part of my little service fee that I pay is we get results posters, and we're supposed to post them. Well, the first one we got was after last weekend when we ran 7th, and it's like, yeah, we're not gonna make the first one we post this year a 7th, like, not because it's bad, but because it doesn't tell the whole story, and it just probably wouldn't be politically correct to say what we really want to say on Facebook.
Yeah, dang lapper. Oh man, yeah, right. Man, I know there's other icks too, but that was like the one that stood out to me the most. I guess another ick is just guys or girls, because not that they do this, but that just put so much smack talking out there that they can't back it up.
Yeah.
And I actually blocked someone on a racing page because they were talking so much crap. It's like just like talking so much, and he's not even a driver.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, at the end of it, I was like, I gotta block him. And
I still am. I'm a huge Kid Rock fan. He has a song. It's called Cocky.
Mm-hmm.
And in the song, it says, "It's not bragging, mother bleeper, unless you back it up." And
yep.
That's just kind of something that I've always like kept in the back of my mind. Like, all right, I'm not gonna say something that I might want to say unless I know that it's gonna get backed up.
Yeah, and that's the way my mom raised me. It was just like, let your driving let your driving do your talking,
right?
And that's all you gotta do. And then I did that for most of my racing career. Not that it's wrong, but you don't get noticed that much. And we actually have someone joining us now. Finally, I just got to get her in here. Late on your first day, huh? I know. No, you're all good. You're all good. Yeah, like I said, it's not live, so don't freak out. Oh, another reason why it's great. All right, so now we got Beth here. Woohoo! So Beth, we're talking about what your race car driver ick is. What's one thing that just makes you ugh?
Drivers with a big ego that don't have results to like back up that ego.
Yes.
We're all on the same page here.
It is fun to watch though. Like when they're talking on Facebook all week, it's kind of like, this is gonna be good. I can't wait for Saturday. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Do you have any other icks, Beth?
No, that's
the main one. Okay.
I have another one.
Oh, you got another one? Let's go.
Yeah. I can't stand people who don't keep their stuff clean. Like when I see a car rolling for championship night and I'm looking at it and I see dirt on it, I know it's been on there since opening night. I'm just like, how? Why? Like, how did you make it the whole season?
Yeah. Like, and it's different from like you tore up a rear end in qualifying or heat race, and so like all your work went into putting the car back together. It's just Ugh, the hardest spot to clean. What's the hardest spot for you to clean on a sprint car?
Probably. Oh, that's a good question.
Mine's
For us,
the Nerf bar, the bottom side of the Nerf bars.
yeah, that's a pain. For us, it's a lot easier because we have a full wash pin. We get the car up really high, and I shouldn't say we. It's Tyler. Tyler does most of the cleaning on it when CJ's not around, and he's pretty anal about it. He's very meticulous, and he'll wash it, and then he'll wash it again, and then he'll call all of us out to be like, "All right, you guys see any spots on here that like we get yelled at for?"
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, but I would say like underneath the tail tank, that's always a harder one. There's always a lot of hidden stuff underneath there. I'd say the least fun part to clean is the front hubs because you start spraying with the pressure washer, they start spinning. Next thing you're eating pressure washer water.
Yes, the gritty stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Beth, you?
Probably the lower part of the car.
The lower frame rails.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Ugh. Or the other good one too is because you guys when you wash your cars, do you have it? Obviously, Michael, you said that the hubs are spinning, so obviously the tires are off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. So then you need your blocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, okay, we got everything right. Yeah, yeah. And then you put the tires on, you lower it, and then you have those 4 spots on the frame rails. And you're like, no. And the right side's always caked down so hard too. It's because that's eating all the abuse sliding through the corner.
Oh, that actually makes me think of another ick I have. This is more from when I was racing. So like in fender cars, when you're racing on the hockey pucks of tires that we raced on, it was tire maintenance was huge. Like tires were everything. And so every week it was, wash them, grind them, wrap them. And and that was a very misconstrued thing. A lot of people thought that us wrapping our tires was because we were softening them. We're just wrapping them to keep the good rubber in there.
Yeah, the oil. Yeah.
But I would watch somebody grind their tires at the track. They'd put it on the ground and they'd roll along the ground and put it on the car. And I'm like, you realize you're grinding to open it up and let air get in there to let the tire do what it needs to do, right? Like you're just sealing it back off. What is wrong with you?
Oh. And where'd they run? 13th. And they made a post about their pinky toe cramping up, right?
Exactly. Biggest dick in the world right there.
Oh man. What up, Crane Gang? Just wanted to tell you a little bit about our partner, DirtX Industries. So we've teamed up with DirtX Industries for the upcoming season, and we can't wait to run their products. The best part is that all my loyal fans and followers can help our team by visiting www.dirtxind.us and subscribe, also giving you a chance to win great prizes as well, receiving discounts on parts and merchandise for only $5 or $10 a month, depending on which subscription you get. There are thousands of dollars in prizes monthly that anyone can win. So help our team and subscribe today. By the way, when you subscribe, type DCR in the coupon box, and this will assist our team and increase sponsorship throughout the year. So any help is greatly appreciated. The more subscriptions we get can generate help for our team up and down the road on a weekly basis. Anyone can subscribe with no limit on subscriptions, and they are starting the US subscriptions here in June. So right now is the best time to subscribe to DirtX Industries. Now back to the show. All right, welcome back. Now we're going to get into our main topic here, which is the top 5 surprising performances of the opening nights. Well, May 3rd being the open wheel opening night, and then the 10th being the fender car opening night. This could be good, bad. We'll find out here. And so, yeah, so no master sheet because that takes really long time. And we probably have, I'd be surprised if we have 2 of the same. I feel like we're going to have 1 or 2, but 2 or more.
Yeah, I think it's pretty likely we'll at least have 1, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially because we all come from different backgrounds, so we all focus on other things and we see things in a different light. So, Michael, let's start with you. Who's your 5th surprising performance over the opening weekend?
So my number 5 was True opening night, May 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a surprise that it happened this year. I think I was surprised that it happened opening night, and it was Ion Steer wrecking in turn 3 again. And it's funny. It's funny that we can joke about it because he came over to our shop a few nights after it happened. He helped one of the newer drivers in the class get some tires, and CJ had some tires to give him, and we were talking about it, and it's to the point that all he can really do is laugh about it. Like,
yeah,
I mean, you can't even make it up at this point.
No, he owns turn 3 wall.
I've told him multiple times that I will spend whatever dollar amount I have to have a big billboard go up with just a picture of his car over the wall.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, what they really need to do is they need to graffiti Ian was here because he keeps trying to tag it.
I agree. We're close enough to Kenosha. You can find plenty of people that can do graffiti.
That's true too, and I'm pretty close to the hood too. So there we go, and they're seen. So yeah. Beth, who do you guys number 5?
Patrick Riley.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think he, compared to like his old results, he finished way better. So
3rd, I think it was.
Yes,
Finished 3rd. Yeah, and the Bandits. Yeah, that's a good.
I think it was gonna be 3rd, but didn't he spin the other dude out going to turn 3? I'd come to the checkered flag.
So to get a little bit off topic here, David McKelps crossed the line for the checker as that was happening. So
did they call it complete then?
I think that they called it. Yeah, there's no green-white checker. Like
right.
That was it. But for scoring, I think technically they have to go back to the last completed lap for the rest of the field, which was put Patrick Riley 3rd. And Marshall Jr., I think, is who he spun. And he was the one sitting in the middle of the track, and he still got 2nd, I believe.
No, it was Elighter. Garrett
Elighter. Yeah, Elighter. There it is. Too many black cars in the Bandits. But great shout, Beth. Like, that's one of the guys where I was just like, oh, if he would have finished 2nd or won it, I could put him in my top 5, but so close. But no, good shout. All right, my 5th is Zach Radart on opening night, May 3rd. Qualified. So remember, 2024 IRA Wingless champion, had a lot of heat race wins, a lot of fast times last year. 1 feature win at Wilmot, but qualified 9th, finished 2nd in his heat. So, all right. And then did 2 donuts by himself in the feature. So he had to be asked to leave the track. That was surprising to me because Zachy Poo's usually really on it.
Oh yeah, I love Zach. He knows it, but he's really hurting my prediction to go back-to-back champion this year.
Yeah, because I wasn't invited to the Rule 2025 rule meeting with the IRA, but with the Wingless. So I don't know if they're doing the drops again. I'm sure he's hoping that they do the drops.
I'm hoping they do the drops.
Yeah. All right. We'll go to Beth for number 4. Who's 4th on your list?
Before I say it, I just want to put one little input on like Zach. I do know that he had like a bunch of issues with the car that night, so that's kind of play a factor, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's always the new. Is it a new car, or is it last year's car?
I'm pretty sure it's a new car. I don't know.
Okay, if it's a new car, definitely can see that. it's your first night, so you throw the old car stuff on and setup wise, and every car handles a little differently.
Yeah.
All right, Beth, number 4.
All right, Ralphie.
Ralph Johnson. Ooh, all right.
He really impressed me on the first night with all of his results. So.
Top 10? Was that? Oh, was it? No, it was almost the 5th.
9th. I think.
9th. Okay. Yeah, that's solid for the participant.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Michael,
Starting to become a contender.
Yeah, the contender. I'll tell you one person that I if he would have just finished the race where he was, he would have been number 2 on my list, but he didn't. He decided to spin out David Wallace because he was running at one point like 7th or 8th.
Yeah, he was doing really good.
And then David Wallace doing David Wallace things and ended up outside the top 10. I'm like, that was so close. Michael, who do you have as number 4?
Mine is a group of people, and it is the members in the Bandit series, or the lack thereof. When I saw the points finally come out, and there was only 4 people that got points, I was like, whoa. I mean, and yeah. I remember Brad had said that he was making some wild predictions based off of his 4-cylinder intel, and I guess I didn't expect to only see 4 paid members.
Well, we'll go into more depth with this in the next episode because this is a lot. This is a lot of layers to it. But Lightning have 10 drivers. Wingless only have 7 drivers. Street Stocks have 11 drivers. Mods have 9 drivers. Bandits have 4. Should get a bandit. Might make a late charge. And the Wing 604s have 9 drivers. That are, I mean, obviously the Wing 604s are going to have the best ratio of cars to memberships, but
if we had a 10th, he would be second in points right now, but he's not a member.
Yeah, who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you my reasons why in the next episode. Because like I said, there's a lot to unpack, and I want to give it a good actual go with that. My 4th on top 5 surprising performances is Jennifer Rooney, Bandit driver. Had her on last week with Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson. I thought it was her first top 5, but it's her second top 5, career top 5. She went plus 10, and she didn't go up there balls ablazing. She just kind of like CJ, just kind of did her own thing and just chipped them off one at a time. And she ended up 4th, I believe. That's what it was, 4th. So, yeah. Number 3, Michael.
Number 3, we kind of touched on already. Okay. It was another group one. It's just not points, but the overall Wilmot car count. I was rather upset. You get to the track, and then you start doing stuff, and then you're finally like, oh crap, I better check my race pass and see what we're looking like for qualifying and see how many cars are here. And I knew it wasn't going to be all that it could be hyped up to be, because I looked across from us at the pits, and there was 1 car. And I was like, all right. But 59 cars for 4 classes. You're averaging less than 15 cars a class like that.
It's a good number. Just saying, it's a good number, but not for all the classes.
Right. It's just like, I thought for sure with Beaver Dam closing down weekly racing that the modified and the street stock numbers were going to go through the roof. Not through the roof, but I thought we were going to be looking
50% more.
Yeah, B mains are on the verge of B mains. It's Beaver Dam closes, you lose. There's 16 to 30 cars per class that have to go. All right, do we go to 141 and race against 50 cars, or do we go to Wilmot and make it a full field? Most of them, it's a shorter drive to Wilmot, but they still go to 141. So that raises the almighty question of why.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, Beth.
I think I mean I don't know much about like street stocks and that jazz, but maybe like I 141, does it like have like a higher payout? Do you know?
They are a little bit more, but I mean we're talking. I think this year it went up. It's $50 more to the feature winner, but like,
I feel like it would make way more sense if you want like racing to like stay alive and stuff. You'd go down to the other track that needs cars.
Right, and I mean, literally, I personally know people that it's a 45-minute drive to them to Wilmot, and they choose to go an hour and 45 minutes to 141.
Makes sense.
And in street stocks, and modifieds too, it's the reputation that has surrounded itself around Wilmot Fender car classes at this point. You know, it's not the track, because the track has it for the most part figured out. You know, we get a pretty to really good surface almost every week now. The facilities are, I mean,
really good.
I'd be lying if I said the facilities weren't creeping up on being one of the best in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
giving Cedar Lake a run for the money for sure.
Yeah, like I mean, Beaver Dam was and always has been my number one facility. Just the size of the pits, I mean, the only thing that I would change about Beaver Dam is the bleachers, the grandstands, the whatever you want to call them, because they're just kind of built into a hill. Like those were uncomfortable, but you put nice grandstands in there, and I mean, Beaver Dam is, I mean, we're talking like 5-star top of the line facility. Yeah, but for so long, and obviously it's no secret, we all watch it every week. The modifieds, I think they'd rather crash than race. Yeah, and I think that obviously that's going to deter people, because you can go to 141, you could run 6 heat races, 3 B mains, and a feature, and have 1 caution all night. You go to Wilmot and you have 4 cautions in the first heat race.
Yeah,
I mean, as a driver, I mean, I'm looking at the names right now for the modifieds. I mean, I don't really know any of these guys that have that reputation of like crashing now, or dumping someone out of the way. Like I feel like the modifieds, the drivers that they're getting now are not better than, but they're just a different style of modified racing.
I agree. Like now we're at a point where we are able to put full nights together, but everybody believes that if they go to Wilmot, it's going to be like it used to be.
Yeah, and that's going to take 5 years to get over that. Right.
It's going to take not one guy, not 2 guys, but 6, 7, 8 different guys going. They're like, I had a good night there, and to get other people to go back. And I think once they get to that point, they could have successful car counts again. Because like when I started racing street stocks, we had 45 cars a week, and there was 35, 40 modifieds a week. And every year you just kind of watch it drop off. And you're kind of seeing it overall. I mean, the wingless class, we're not getting 40, 42 cars a week anymore. It's still a very healthy car count. You're getting 20 to 30 a week, but it's not 40, 42, 45 of them. Bandits, last year we saw upwards of 30 bandits some nights, and now this year we had, 15 opening night?
Yeah, I was going to go by points, but that's not really going to help me.
Yeah, there was 4.
19.
Okay.
19.
Okay, so bandits weren't that bad. That had to be the highest car count.
Yeah. Because wingless weren't there. When wingless, I think, are 22, 23.
Right.
But yeah, car count surprising. Again, it's opening night. Hopefully, I mean, it's gonna come around. Like, hopefully,
But
I hope so.
you think like people want to like go there for opening night because it's like, whoa, it's finally back. No,
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
and I think I know why the reason why they go to 141 than Wilmot is because of 141 steak sandwiches.
Those are good.
Which those are also on a decline too. I don't know when the last time I had one. I was like, it's like they just don't got the meats anymore. It's not
Yeah.
like Arby's anymore. They're good, but they're
Yeah.
not what they once were.
Yeah.
I just had the same conversation with a couple of my friends the other day. We were talking about it because I raced 141 weekly for 2.5 years, and it was a staple point that after my feature we were going to get a steak sandwich. Now the last 3, 4, 5 times I've been there, I didn't even get one. But they're still good. I'm not discrediting it.
Like, yeah, their decline is still A grade.
Yeah, at least they have.
Yeah, exactly. Beth, number 3.
Well, I put you down for number 3.
Oh, hey, good or bad?
Good.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, we'll talk about it more.
A bunch of bad news. I think you've done like really well in the car so far, and really impressive results. So.
Oh, thank you. Got to give a shout out to Tom Brown and Team DBR because that first night I was wiped. Just fighting the car a lot. And then shop night, in between the 3rd to 10th, we put it on the scales and we threw something else at it, and then felt more comfortable and way more comfortable in the car. And it's still really tight on entry, like really tight on entry. So before the power out cancellation, we had it on the scales again. We did some things to the car. So supposed to be in the 17th. I know I'm going to be in it on the 30th. And then after that, I'm not sure when the next time I'm in the 9X car is right now. So there's another reason why I haven't buy membership as of now. Number 3 for me is Bryce Andrews in the Wingless. He started 4th. And now Bryce, when he's out in front, he's fast.
Oh, yeah.
Gets into some traffic. He's really young. He didn't really race anything before the sprint car, so his racecraft is still building. He'll get racing with someone, and I feel like he gets too target fixation on the one car and loses like the big picture. Kind of like you could pass someone in turn 1, but you're going to lose a second of lap time. Or you're better on exit, so just wait till exit and pull next to him to beat him into 3, and you won't lose any time, but he'll still go for that first time he can pass. Right. But he's still building on it. And usually he'd start up front, get past, he'd go backward. Like, and I'm saying like finish 7th, 8th, 10th, 12th, something like that. Or he'll spin out trying really hard. But no, not opening night. He started 4th, was racing for 2nd. I forgot that he was in Wisconsin and they had a no-no cone on a restart. And passed Johnny Fall before the start finish line in the cone. Luckily, though, the very next lap there was a yellow, so then he got his 2-spot penalty there. Fell back again a little bit on the restart, but then he recovered back to 4th. So I was really surprised and impressed that Bryce is getting the ability to now be able to recover from a mistake or two in the race. We'll go back to Michael for number 2. Who's 2 on your list?
My number 2 is the Lightning Sprint Young Guns. Tucker Richards. And this goes a little bit outside of Wilmot. I know I kind of broke the rules.
No, you can do that. You can do that a little bit.
Okay. So it's Tucker Richards, Colin Sivia, and then this is kind of a little funny one, Chad Stouthamer, because Mike Bavis keeps calling him 15 years old, but he's 32.
He's a young gun. Yeah. He's a young gun.
We're sitting. We went to Plymouth on Saturday, and Mike was up there. He was announcing, and he goes, 15-year-old Chad Stouthamer. And I was like, man, there's no way that dude is 15. And like, I'm friends with him on Facebook. And so I'm sitting next to my friend Garrett. I was like, have you seen him? He's like, no, I don't think so. I was like, hold on. So I go on Facebook. I was like, this guy is not 15. He goes, no, he's at least 30. So we go on my race pass. He's 32.
Oh my
Travis
gosh.
is convinced that he's 15. I think it's his thing. But yeah, those I mean, Chad won Sycamore, so I kind of bulked him in there. I was able to make funny out of it. But Colin on his quote illegal tires, his hard, I don't know if he was the hard charger, but driving through the field at Sycamore.
He was a hard charger.
On a slick rubbered up racetrack in your second ever race, that's pretty impressive. Then obviously Tucker Richards just laying an absolute beat down to some of the fastest lightning sprint drivers I think we could ever see. Opening night at Wilmot was impressive.
Yep. Beth, number 2 for you. Jennifer Rooney. Nice. All right. Indulge.
Obviously going up 10 spots in her A main, and then I don't know. It's a really good result for all three results. So.
Yes. Nice. All right. So, so far only one duplicate right now, and that's Jennifer Rooney. Number 2 for me is Greg Olson, not winning last year, and then this year going back to back. The only reason why he's not number 1 is both times he started second. And I was telling my crew that helps out on the non-wing car, but they're helping out on Tom Brown's car too. So shout out to my crew, Crane Gang. It's the wings are all about the starts. Like 90% of your race is a start.
Oh yeah.
When you're first and second, you just bury it. It's just really who can get to turn 1 first. Second and third, it kind of has to play into like your favor for you to kind of grab the lead the first lap. Like for second place jumps a cushion, you get him going down the back chute, you throw a slider on first going into turn 3. So if you would have started 4th, 6th, 5th, 7th, and 1, I'd put him number 1 on my list for most surprising, but I didn't. And instead, now we have 2 duplicates. I put Tucker Richards as the most surprising performance of opening night weekend. And that's with going +3 as well in his feature. And that's his first career feature win, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So just kind of what you said. For the IRA Lightning sprints, there's only 16 drivers. So you could say, well, it's a lowish car count, but then that means you have Nick Petska, Strain Jr., Heinert, Branham, Irwin, Sivia, Thunderberg's pretty quick now. They're all starting on top of each other. So I almost think that gives him like the extra little tick there.
Right. In NASCAR terms, you're not racing 15 Cody Wares.
Yes.
Yeah. You're racing some really stiff competition in that Lightning Sprint class.
Yes. Yep. We'll go to Beth for number 1.
Josh Davidson.
Josh Davidson.
Yeah.
Okay. Hard charger. I think over the night on May
9
3rd.
spots.
Yep, 9 spots.
Really
good old quiet
impressive.
ride.
So it was really impressive, and got to talk to him a little bit after the feature.
What do you have to say?
It was just talking about how Tom broke the car.
Tom Eller?
Yeah.
Oh, what did Big Sexy do this time?
Broke the front axle.
Oh, wait, was he involved with one of the yellows?
So, Tate spun out, and then Josh Davidson went across because he had nowhere else to go, and then Tom got caught up.
That's right. The 3-car pileup in turn 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Vaguely remembering that now. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Josh Davidson's a real good shout out. If we ever want to do hard charger of the night bets, just saying that's probably a really good guess is Josh Davidson.
Oh, wait. So that's the bet. for the
No. The bets no. I'm just saying later. We might do a hard charger bet later in the
okay.
in the year. Yeah. No. Michael, who's your number one?
We have another duplicate. Mine is Greg Olson.
Okay.
You spend all winter in the shop talking about, who do we have? Who's the guy to worry about? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? And I don't think anybody that I spoke to all winter could have predicted Greg Olson going back to back to open the season,
or just in general.
In
going
general,
back to back, yeah.
I mean, no discredit to Greg. I mean, he drives the absolute piss out of that car. I mean, he has one gear and that's all the way turned up. Like it's, but I don't think if I was a Batman, which I am, I wouldn't have gone into the sports book and put money on him to win 2 features this season in total.
Yeah.
So knowing he has 2 already and knowing that that's competition that we have to deal with, it's a little bit scary. It really puts us behind the 8 ball on chasing points. And I mean, it's been 10 days now since the second one, and we still kind of like, dang, like that happened.
Yeah. It's like after Sexton isn't racing full time, you're just like, finally, there's not going to be. I mean, CJ's a dominant car too, but like finally, like the one car that's going to give you the most trouble is gone, and someone slipped in immediately before the door shut. And you're like, oh, great.
Right, and it's like we had the mentality of, because they announced that they were changing it from a 10-car invert to an 8-car invert, and we're like, all right, like if you can put us starting close to the front, like man, we might have a shot at winning a few of these things. And then like obviously we've touched on it before, like we still kind of get bent over backwards by the invert, and I'm no discredit to him. Like I said, he drives the heck out of the thing. I don't know if there's anybody that drives their 604 wing sprint car harder than Greg Olson does, but it's going to be interesting to see how many he ends up with this year. Oh yeah.
So those are our top 5s of the surprising performances of opening night. Comment wherever you are listening from: Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Amazon, Facebook, wherever. Who your top 5 surprising performances are. When the shop nights get long after a great result, or even a tough night at the track, or even like right now during this episode, nothing hits the spot like a cold Sprecher root beer. But it doesn't stop there. Sprecher's lineup goes way beyond the classic. My personal favorites are the Door County Cherry Soda and the Honeycrisp Apple Soda. And there's still more amazing flavors I haven't even tried yet. Sprecher's Root Beer has been crafting award-winning soda and beer since 1985, right here in Glendale, Wisconsin. Stop in for a brewery tour, sample the goods, experience the local flavors. And don't forget, November 17th, we're back in the Sprecher Tap Room for our 2nd annual Benchies Award Night. It's a perfect excuse to check them out. Now that this ad is wrapping up, I have cracked open another Sprecher soda, and I'm ready to talk more racing with you. All right, welcome back, and we want to talk about this coming weekend, which is Wilmot Raceway's Founders Night. We have the Lightning Sprints, the Wisconsin Wingless, the 410 Wing Sprints, and the Bandits. Pits are going to open at 2 p.m. Gates open at 4 p.m. Hot laps at 5:45, and racing starting at 6:45. General admission, 13 plus, is $27. Kids 12 and under are free, and pit passes are $35. And also, if you want to get the Wilmot Adult Season Pass, they are $125. They're available until 9/1/2025. But obviously, the sooner you buy them, the more free races you get to see. Right now, there are 21 events. And what's nice is you can go to myracepass.com, search Wilmot Raceway, get the tickets there. It actually shows you all the dates that the pass will work for, which I won't go into all that because there's 21 of them. And since we're covering the American Sprint Cars stuff, results, and the steel blocks at Circle City, the American Sprint Car Tour had their opening race weekend on the 17th at Spooner River. Landon Butler went fast time. Your heat race winners were Steve Thomas and Landon Butler. And then your top 5 in the feature was Landon Butler, Adam Taylor, Austin Archdale, Andrew Van Dam, and then Steve Thomas rounding out the top 5. So Landon Butler swept the night at Spoon River. The next races, it's actually going to be a triple header this weekend for the American Sprint Car Tour. Ponderosa on Friday, and then double header at Windy Hollow on Saturday and Sunday, with it being Memorial Day weekend. Unfortunately, we're not going to be there because we don't have an engine yet. So sucks. Love to go to a triple header down in Kentucky, but unfortunately not. Hopefully, I will be really pissed if it's not in the car by May 30th for the American Steel Blocks at Wilmot Raceway. I'm just saying, I will be upset. So upset. All right. So, and you know what? Let's do the bet right now too. So, kind of like our predictions, we're going to do a different class every show. So this show, we're going to be picking wingless drivers. Only rule is you cannot pick the same driver as someone else. So, yeah, we'll be doing a random draw for who gets to go first. But today, ladies first, we'll start with Beth. So who do you think is going to be we're just going to bet who is going to finish on top of our 3 drivers?
I think Bryce Andrews.
Bryce. Ooh. Okay. He sucked because that was mine. Michael.
He's on redemption now. Zach Radar.
Zachy Poo. I can just write their last names. I know their first names. Man, for me, geez, I didn't really think anyone was gonna pick Andrews. No offense, Bryce, but I'll just have to go with Adam Taylor. I'll go Adam Taylor.
That was, I debated between him and Zach.
Is he racing full promise for this?
I actually don't know. And the weird thing is, yeah, he did race on May 3rd, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't even see him on the points.
Maybe he didn't.
like him
he
and Doherty. Yeah, okay. Him and Miles Doherty are not even listed in the 0 points.
Are those Wilmot points or Wisconsin points?
Wilmot points. Yeah, let's should go over to Wisconsin.
So then they're not members.
Yeah.
Yes, they're not members, but even the 0 points, they're not even.
Oh, they're not even listed in the zeros.
Yeah.
Adam?
Yeah.
That's the real.
I don't know.
The nuts.
I don't know what they did to Wilmot, but. Oh man, yeah. I mean, Adam Taylor. Oh wow, he's actually the points leader in the Wisconsin Wingless.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, 5 over Chris Klumko. So I mean, obviously that means he just qualified better than Chris and did better in his heat race than Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Adam Taylor. Oof, that's a guy. Glad I'm not racing him full time. The guy's good. He's really good.
Yeah, he is.
All right. So basically, one of us is going to get a point. Just whichever driver finishes the highest, that person on our show is going to get a point. And then we'll figure something out for the next show. Probably be 604 winged. I feel like that's a good one to go next time. So I got Adam Taylor. Michael has Radart, and Beth has Andrews, which was my first pick. So if you win, I'm going to be upset. All right. So just because this is a new format, we'll kind of get into just a little bit more about our regulars here. So Beth, Michael, little bit about you, backgrounds, racing, not racing, hobbies, that kind of stuff. We'll start with Beth.
Okay. Well, I mean, I always grew up around the sport with my dad being friends with all the drivers, so I was always in the pits from as soon as I was born. I started taking a big interest into it, and I got into contact with Tom Miller, who was my dad's friend. Now I've been helping Tom out for about a year. Then when I'm not helping Tom out, I'm just doing something else in the automotive industry. So working on cars or trucks or doing motocross. So
Nice. A motocross. Okay. Do you race or just kind of ride?
mix of both. Kind of
Mix of
depends
both?
on where I am.
Okay. Where do you race, or who do you race when you try to race?
It's down somewhere down in Indiana. I don't know.
Okay. Nice. You just show up and ride. You're an arrive and drive. Oh, I'm jealous.
Suitcase driver.
Yeah, seriously. And Michael, a little bit about you and your background.
Well, I started racing myself in 2012. I ran street stocks for 1 year, and then we built an IMCA stock car, and we did a lot of traveling. We raced at 141 weekly, and we would travel. There was nights we'd run 3 tracks a weekend. Oshkosh on Friday, 141 Saturday, Seymour on Sunday. That got to be a lot. It was a lot of money and travel and fuel for the truck. So we built another street stock, came back to Wilmot. Kind of got really competitive there for a while. And in 2017, I decided to hang up from full-time driving and kind of focused on trying to get my sister's racing career on the right path. And then my friend James, I was helping him a lot. Since 2017, I've ran, I don't know, I've probably driven a car 8 times, I'd say. Oh, no, I take that back, because 2023, I ran almost a full season. I drove for somebody. So
25 car, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. So take away 2023, I'd say I'd probably driven a car 8 times. Other than that, I drove probably 12 or 13 times that year alone. It was a lot of fun. It was nice kind of to get back to, I knew what I was doing every weekend. I knew I was going to a track somewhere and I was racing. The winter of 23 and 24, we had pretty big plans for 2024, and it kind of just fell apart. So we that kind of disarrayed, and it led to we were planning a trip to Garrett and I were planning a trip to the Knoxville Nationals, and we had just started getting to know CJ, and CJ was like, well, I'm bringing my own camper down this year. Why don't you guys stay with me? And both of us were like, we don't really know you yet, but I mean, let's
car. Okay.
We're like, let's talk about it. And so we planned he came over, and we watched one of the World of Outlaws races. And while we were sitting there watching, it was later that weekend, the World of Outlaws late models and the Extreme Midgets and the UMP Modifies were at Farmer City that weekend. And we're like, man, it's the second weekend of April, and we have race car withdrawals. Let's go. So we decided to go, and I mean, our group's kind of been inseparable since. I mean, we see each other multiple times a week, and that led to beginning to help CJ and kind of becoming a fourth child in their family, I guess you could say. We all have a very good relationship. His parents, myself, that him, his brother, his sister, and Garrett included. We're kind of just a giant family, and I probably wouldn't change it for the world at this point. I really enjoy what we have, what we're doing, and we have a lot of exciting stuff in the future coming up too.
Oh yeah. The Maligs are the one, like, you know, when you're a race car driver, you're like, I hope I never have a conflict with that driver, because it's just the relationship you have with the whole family and team. To me, it's CJ. Like, in the wing cars, I don't want to get into anyone's lap, obviously, with the right rear, but I really hope it's not CJ, because I would feel so bad. Just because he's a great driver, great person. His brother, his mom and dad, just it's a real fun time to hang out in the Malik's pit after a night of racing.
Especially when it's a good night, because the drinks get flowing, the music gets cranked up, and
the last night
come out.
Or the last night at the Fall Classic. That was pretty fun too.
That was a fun night, fun morning. Whatever, however late you want to say it went to, it was a good time. Oh yeah.
So that's a little bit about our regulars now. So I'm really excited to have Michael and Beth on board. It's, you know, like, I love doing the lives, but it's just a little, like, the first 10 minutes of the episode, I'm always trying to figure out like their cues of kind of like when they want to talk and when they're going to stop talking and stuff like that. So it's always nice to just have we're going to get even better at this. And I can be more relaxed too. I'm always going tight going into episodes, like, oh, I hope the mics don't turn on like I did last time with Ryan and Tiny Horse. Oh my goodness. So really glad to have you two on. It's going to be a great podcast season. Now we are going to go into our game, which is a new game for the 2025 podcast season 3. It's called Show Me My Options. So Beth and Michael are going to go back to back. There's 6 questions. They get to pick which number question, and I will ask them the question. If they get it right with no help, they get 2 points. But if they need a little bit of help, they'll just say, show me my options, and I will give them 3 options. And if they can get it right, then they only get 1 point. So let's see here. We'll start with Beth. 1 through 6.
2.
2. All right. What is the most common number used across all classes for scoring numbers?
17.
Is that your final answer?
I feel like it is.
Feel like it is? It is not.
Oh.
Very close. Very close. Michael, not that you're going to score a point. Would you want to hear the options and make a guess, or do you want to just take a wild guess?
I'm going to say it's across all classes.
Yeah, all classes. Wilmot classes, not 410s.
The first number that came to mind was 11, but I can't think of. I can think of 3 11s. What are the options?
5, 17, and 11. So Beth, 17 is wrong, but you were so close. You actually picked an option.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to go 11. 11.
11? Yeah, not that you're going to get a point, but is 11. So number 5 has 4. Stouthammer, BK, Tristan Payton, and Terry Davis. 17 has 4. Jennifer Rooney, Jackson Loeffler, Jordan Funderburk, and Bryce Andrews. but number 11
I think
has.
I can name them.
Let's see if you can name them.
Colin.
Yep.
Fortier.
Yep.
Bart Sievert.
Yep.
Austin Orth.
Yep.
Those are the only 4 I could think of.
You're an overachiever.
Yes, he is. So the 2 you were missing, Kerry Wilms,
Oh yeah,
and Austin Hansen.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep. So there were 6 correct using number 11. All righty. Michael, 1, 3 through 6.
1.
1. All right. In the 2025 season, in the 2025 season so far, who has the highest scoring number?
Who has the highest scoring number? As like what number is?
It's the highest number used.
As far as like finishes?
No. Like their scoring number, like their actual car number.
Okay. Would it be?
I feel like it's one that you don't immediately think of. Beth knows it. She's taking me the shh.
It's Chris Klemko, isn't it?
No.
Who has something higher than 7?
You should let me steal it.
You're not going to get a point, but what is it?
I feel like it's Tyler Cook's house.
Tyler Cook's house, 7-Eleven.
Oh, 7-Eleven.
Yep. So the options were Jessica McKellips, Tyler Cook's house, and Patrick Riley. McKellips is 438, Riley is 343, and Cook's house is 7-Eleven.
Oh, I thought about that. I was thinking of like who is like the highest in points, like who has the highest number in.
Oh, and like the points leader type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not that smart yet.
Okay.
That's a good one though. I might have to steal that one or another.
I still would have got it because I think of Tyler's 7, not 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Yep. All right, we're back to Beth. 3 through 6.
3.
3. All righty, man. You guys picked the first 3, which were all number based.
Uh-oh.
So I'm glad you did the number 2 first, because this one I can feed off of. All right. So we just did what is the most common number that is used between everyone and all the classes, but how many drivers do not share a scoring number? And this is only in 2025 so far. So you don't think about last year or anything like that. Just the people that showed up. How many drivers have their own number that they're not sharing with anyone else? Remember, you have options.
You have options?
Yeah. Show me the options. You want your options?
Yeah, show them to me.
Okay. 35, 22, or 38?
38. Taters.
38. That is wrong. It is 35. There are 35 drivers that aren't sharing numbers with anyone, which I thought was kind of crazy.
Wait, so I thought we were talking about drivers that don't have numbers that are shared. I was like, taters.
Oh, Taters is because he's the only 38. No, Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson has 38. So that was still wrong.
Okay, that's so cool.
I'm a number guy.
I'm not.
Michael, 4 through 6.
Let's do 5.
5. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you got this one. Brian Kristen has the most passing cars in the features this year. How many cars has he passed? And that's for 2 features.
I know this. I
know you know it. I know you know it.
I do. I do my own point. I do the points every week for myself to keep up with. It's it's either 11 or 12.
I mean, do you want to hear your options?
No, I'm just trying to think. It's 11.
That is correct. He's got 11 passing. He's passed 11 cars this year so far, and 7 of them was just the second race, right?
Yep, I couldn't remember if it was 7-4 or 7-5.
Yeah,
That's impressive.
yeah, especially in the wing cars. They're kind of hard to pass a lot of, especially with all those quick whips. Beth, 4 or 6?
4.
4. All right. Who won the first heat race of the 2025 season in the Wisconsin Wingless?
I know this. But I have to know this.
You know it?
I feel like I do, but I'm not confident.
Okay, do you want your options? Or do you want to try to at least, because right now Michael's 2 ahead, and this is your last question.
I need to win.
You need to win? Okay. All right, so no options. All right. Let's see.
I'm just saying I know it without the
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel something's telling me Zolski, but I'm no, it's definitely not. No.
Definitely not.
No.
Good. Nope. I believe in you, Beth. You can get this.
I don't.
You don't? Do you want to hear your options? It might help. You'll be on the board at least.
Yeah, I'll hear my options.
Johnny Fall, Zach Radart, Rusty Egan.
Rusty Egan, right?
Yep, it's Rusty Egan. Johnny Fall won the second heat race.
the third heat race.
Or third heat race, sorry. Yeah, third heat race. Thank you. I got my fact checker here too, so this is great.
Egan
All right.
Tremco Fall.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm like, do I put all 3 heat race winners in there? I'm like, no, let me give him a 50-50. We're like, I know. Yeah. All right, Michael, would you like 6 or number 6?
I think I have to go with number 6.
You go with number 6. All right, good choice. Okay, all right. I had to reread it again. Which class currently holds the honors for having the driver who passed the most cars this season? So out of the 6 Wilmot classes, which class has the hardest charger?
I mean, we're counting both wings.
Both wings 604s.
Wing 604 then. Wait, no, it's not. No, it's modifieds.
No. No.
Didn't Huenfeld start like way in the back?
I feel like I know what it is.
Yes. Okay, so the options are, Beth, what would have been your guess?
Bandits.
And you'd have been right. Huenfeld didn't pass that many cars. Now I'm second guessing myself. Thanks. I'll fact check that later. Because I have him down for 5. He passed 5 cars.
Okay.
Wingless.
I could be wrong.
Wingless was the other option, and that was Josh Davidson at 9. I didn't want to put BK in here with the 604 just in case you did this one first, because then you'd have the other one. But it's Bandits with 12, Alex Mummer. So, but I mean that was a barn burner too of a Bandit race. I mean, a lot of carnage. So that is show me my options, and Michael has won 2-1. There we go. So fun. So now we are going to wrap the show up. So thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in. And we're just trying this new format out, which I'm pretty sure it's going to stick. But if you're really upset still that we're not doing a live show, we'll save the date for August 4th at Hold My Beer. for our live audience show, and then November 17th at Sprecker's Tap Room, or Sprecker's Brewery in the Tap Room for the second annual Benchy Awards. So stay tuned for more details to follow. Michael, Beth, do you have anything else to say for this episode?
If you thought the Benchies were spicy last year, you're just ready for this year.
Oh, no.
Yes, it is going to be bombing. Oh, I already told my brother, I'm like, you might need to work security for us.
We're going to need Tom to work security for us.
Yes, and Burba, we're going to need all of them. We're going to need all of them. I know Tom Eller, because I was joking with him. I was like, hey, for like, so the next Benchies, because it was so popular, I was like, I'm going to keep the name of honoring the last year's winner of that award. Because Tom Eller won the People's Champ. He's like, F that, I want it all the time. What do I got to do? So now I'm like, I might have to keep it, the Tom Eller's, the People's Champ Award. I don't know.
You should do that. I think that would make him feel amazing about himself.
Yes. Yes. Oh, man. So for next episode, we're going to be talking more memberships. But yeah. So until then, hopefully see you guys at the track. Say hi to Michael, Beth. I won't be there, unfortunately, because Ashley's shooting a wedding, and I'm going to be home with Landon. But I will be watching on Flow and watching that great camera work of the leader while the announcers are losing their mind, running 3-4 wide in the midfield for 4th place. That'll be another topic on next show too. So awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you for the next episode. Peace out.
Peace out.
It's the young night.